Hey everyone, I hope each of you had a great Christmas, and I want to wish each of you a very happy new year. Welcome to the first 2026 episode of Group Chat Family Edition, a podcast designed to help families have meaningful conversations about faith at home. I'm Brett, and I am so glad you're here this week. Whether you're driving to practice, sitting around the dinner table, or winding down for the night, this podcast is all about giving you the tools to talk about Jesus in everyday life. Each week, we'll explore a big truth from Scripture, unpack what it means for you and your family, and give you questions and ideas to spark real conversations with your students at home. So let's dive in. This week's session from the Gospel Project is called Gathered as One. The main idea: God meets us in our brokenness and restores us. See, after 70 years in exile, God's people returned to Jerusalem. What they found, though, wasn't a picture-perfect homecoming. It was absolute ruins. But even in the rubble, God was faithful to his promises. He stirred the heart of a pagan king to send his people home and provide everything they needed to rebuild. God's restoration always begins with the heart. This week's Christ Connection: God kept his promise to bring his people out of exile from Babylon and restore their freedom to worship him. See, since Adam and Eve's first sin, all humans have been exiled from God and are in need of deliverance. Jesus came to end this exile, bringing his people home and restoring our freedom to worship him. So here are some questions to ask around the table or in the car this week. One, why do you think the people rebuilt the altar first instead of the temple? Two, why did some people cry out while others celebrated? Three, can God really use unbelievers to accomplish his plan? And lastly, what does it look like for our family to return to God when we feel distant? See, God's people didn't just return home in Ezra chapters 1 through 3. They returned to him. And through their restoration came Jesus, who restores us completely. No matter how far we've wandered, God is ready to meet us in our brokenness and bring us home. So, just a few quick reminders for us this week. One, Wednesday night activities, including our Wednesday Night Connect for students, starts back on Wednesday, January the 14th. And also, Winter Retreat weekend is right around the corner. So be on the lookout for an email update from us soon about the details for that amazing weekend. Well, thanks so much for joining this week's episode of Group Chat Family Edition. Keep pointing your family to Jesus and have a great week. We'll see you next time.